So here we are, the final stage of the bull market, and you guys need to see what I've got for you in this video. There is a huge announcement, some massive news, and a very big reason. In fact, 3,000 reasons as to why Bitcoin is now about to absolutely send well above 70,000 on its route to six figures. We're going to break down some key things for you in this video, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you are bullish on cryptocurrency, and then let's get into the video. So like I said, it has been a wild day. As an investor in cryptocurrency, you have seen some pretty big moves, but all within a relatively small price range. And although we broke 65,000, and I'll talk about the significance of that in a minute, it's still only 65,000. It's still only $2.25 trillion as a market cap, which tells us there is a huge move to come. Now, there was some key things that we'll talk about on the technicals as to why today has been so important, but I wanted just to start here and give you a view of exactly what is happening right now in the market and why I am so bullish about a big move towards the back end of this year. If history is anything to go by, and the old saying is that history doesn't repeat itself, but it generally does rhyme, we were expecting about a 4% decline in the price of Bitcoin in September. Now, this has only happened 3 times previous, and we're actually in the most uptrended September in the history of Bitcoin. Now, this portrays a pretty big significance because when you play that into October, you generally see an even bigger move. In fact, you can see it as such as 7, 8, or maybe even 9 times the September price move. Currently, we're trading around 11% at the time in which I put this video out. So what does October look like? A 40% move gets us to around $75,000. So we are absolutely expecting a monumental move in October and into November, potentially even the biggest and most bullish Q4 that we have seen in the history of Bitcoin. And this is absolutely worthwhile knowing. We'll take a look at the technicals in just a minute. But you may ask yourself, well, what does this mean for me? And what are some of the key things that we're looking at? And I guess those 3,000 reasons as to why we are super bullish on Bitcoin, and more importantly, how much higher it is going to go. Well, it is this: BlackRock. They purchased 2,912 Bitcoin in a single day. That actually tops their total to nearly 4,000 Bitcoin in the last 48 hours. They are buying like the supply is running out. And it's been a minute. We've been keeping an eye on it. The only channel I believe out there that is watching what BlackRock is doing, calling the market moves when we see what BlackRock is doing. We even track some of their wallets here. But this was a big move. This was a massive statement from a big institutional player in the space. And buying that amount, look at that, 7 days, 4,500 Bitcoin is a massive, massive move. And we are now starting to see some of these inflows coming in a absolute wave. 136 million, 105 million. We'll get the BlackRock numbers coming in, but another 50 million without that in. It's going to be well over 300 million, I would expect today. These are big moves. These are big purchases, and they absolutely are locking in for the market and what people predict this monumental shift. You only have to take a look at some of the other news out there. And BNY Mellon, we've been talking about this for a while, but an SEC has approved Bitcoin and crypto custody services, and this is big. This is a huge, huge, huge institution. Again, offering, I think it's $2 trillion of under management assets, some kind of crazy number like that. It's a big, big deal, offering Bitcoin. Gary Gensler approving it, which again, absolutely. Gary Gensler was pressed today, I think on CNBC, about his view on Bitcoin. And the fact that he didn't say that he didn't like it and that he shouldn't do it and all the rest of it tells me that he actually is bullish on Bitcoin, and tells me that deep down under that exterior, he is and understands exactly what it's all about and why it's so important to these financial markets that we see Bitcoin succeed. It's a really interesting interview. You should definitely go and check it out if you haven't already. So these two things alone are pretty exciting. You then get into a little bit more technical standpoint, which is we generally know Bitcoin moves with liquidity, specifically M2 global liquidity. As we see the money printers turn on, the price of Bitcoin does go up. Lynn Alden, an investment researcher and founder of the Lynn Alden investment strategy, highlighted that Bitcoin is the most correlated asset with changes in global monetary base, or the M2 liquidity. So as we see M2 go up, you absolutely, if history goes by anything and the correlation between the two, expect the price of Bitcoin to go up as well. And this is exactly what we're seeing. Money printers have gone on in the US. They're going on in China. We've seen monetary policy easing in China as well by the sum of 50 basis points, as we have in the US, all of which allowing more liquidity to flow in the market. And that is exactly what we are getting. So let's take a look at the technicals. Look at this, the massive break with volume above that line, that $64,485 line we've drawn on this chart, a 3% move. We actually got as high as about $65,500 today. But this is a big move. It's a big move with volume, and it's broken that support line. Now, if you go into a slightly smaller time frame, what's even more positive is we actually came down and retested with that bounce back to the upside. This is again a bullish sentiment in the market. We're absolutely seeing a positive move. RSI divergence starting to move to the upside. So again, lots of metrics that we're looking at now are telling us that Bitcoin has broke the support line that everyone's been talking about. You go to the hour, the retest, and the bounce. So where's my predictions and where's my heart? I'm expecting Bitcoin to rally once again on Friday. I'm then expecting the weekend to be pretty flat, followed by a explosive Monday as we move even further up in price. We could even see 70K pretty soon out there, depending on price markets and everything else, but it's wild. Bitcoin finally breaking that support level we've been talking about. So watch out. It's about to get crazy in the cryptocurrency market. Let me know what you think in the comments down below of all of this, especially that Gary Gensler view around BNY. I'm so curious to get your thoughts on that. And as ever, do hit the like and subscribe button. It massively helps out the channel. We're trying to absolutely grow the algorithm around Bitcoin content and ultimately keeping you guys up to date so that you can maximize your portfolio in this absolutely mega bull run that's coming. Until next time, thanks so much, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.